Hi, I'm TT.
I'm probably right.
And my opinion.
Welcome to the Hoop Scoop. Today we're going to be talking about the 2024 NCAA Men's Tournament, Round 2. Round 2 continued with Zachedey and number 3 overall seed Purdue swept aside Utah State 106-67 to advance to the Sweet 16. Edey had a double-double, 23 points and 14 rebounds. Chipping in were Trey Kaufman-Wren with 18 points and Fletcher Lawyer with 15 points. Ladies, do you have anything to add to this game?
This game, Zachedey came out and laid all doubts to rest, recording a double-double, as you stated. This helped Purdue to steamroll past Purdue, advancing to the Sweet 16. In other words, nothing to see here.
I think Purdue will be a problem matchup challenge for everybody else going forward because they are the only team with a true center, and he knows his position down in the block. As if you look at the other teams that are left in the tournament, they play positionless basketball, meaning that they really don't have a true center that's on the blocks. He know his position and he play it very well.
It was much the same for everyone's favorite and the number 1 overall seed UConn, who had no resistance putting away Northwestern. The starters all shared the load. Tristennewton contributed a double-double, 20 points and 14 assists. Center Donovanclingan also had a double-double with 14 and 14, and Camspenser chipped in 11 points. Ladies, what do you have to add to this?
The only thing I can say is UConn is taking care of business. They're not playing around with the other teams. They're going in there doing what they're supposed to do. Their mission is to win a national championship, and that's what they're doing.
For me, I like what I see UConn doing. They are playing team ball, as you stated at the top. Their starters share the load, so they're not relying on one person, as with Purdue and Zachedey. So I think they're going to be a problem for anybody, and they're everyone's favorite for a reason. So I look forward to them advancing past the Sweet 16.
Another top-seeded team, number 2 overall seed Houston, struggled with Texas A&M. This game was a battle of offensive power and will. Houston had 4 players in double digits, Cryer, Roberts, Sheed, and Sharp, and all but Roberts fouled out of the game. Javier Francis recorded 0 points, 4 blocks, and 5 fouls in 19 minutes of play. Emmanuelsharp led all scorers, finishing with 30 points, 7 of 14 from deep, 7 of 8 free throws, and also 5 fouls. Jamalshead went 7 of 10 from the free throw line, 10 assists, 21 points, with, you guessed it, 5 fouls. ljcryer went 3 of 10 from deep, 20 points, and 5 fouls. The last remaining starter, Juwan Roberts, did manage to stay in the game, collecting only 4 fouls along with 13 points. With all the fouls racked up by the starters, mylikwilson played heavy minutes, adding 9 points. Texas A&M starters also racked up a bunch of fouls, with 2 of their starters fouling out of the game. Solomanwashington collected 9 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks before he fouled out of the game. Mannyobaseki also fouled out but managed to get 15 points. Wade Taylor IV contributed 21 points, going 3 of 13 from deep, 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. The top performer for Texas A&M was Tyreceradford, playing 43 minutes for 27 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 of 11 from the free throw line. In the end, the plethora of missed free throws by Texas A&M allowed Houston to escape with the win of 100-95 in overtime to advance to the Sweet 16 round. Ladies, what are your take on this game?
Oh, this was a game. This was a game to see. This game went back and forth. You really did not know who was going to win the game. At the end of regulation, around the 2-minute mark, Houston had this game put away. They were up by 10 points, but somehow Texas A&M willed themselves back into the game. On the last-minute three-pointer shot, tied the game to send it in overtime. With all the foul troubles that Houston had and Texas had. At the end of the game, Houston had a little bit more left in the tank than Texas had and powered themselves to a win. Texans should be proud of themselves. They played a very, very good game. I cannot wait to see them back here next year.
Agree. In my opinion, do you have anything to add?
This was a very good game. It was hard fought on both sides. What I saw in the game was at the end, Houston wasn't rebounding. They wasn't getting the rebounds. It was most of Texas A&M players was getting the rebounds. But going forward for Houston, because they played Duke in the round of 16, they only shot 32% from the 3-point line. And Duke shot 50% from the 3-point line. And I know most of Kevin's Sampson teams, they love to shoot 3-pointers. So they're going to have to make the 3-point shot or settle for the 2-point shot if they have any chance of being Duke.
I would say this as well. I think you mentioned, I kind of, you can tell me if you mentioned this about the free throws. I think Texas missed 50% of their free throws. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Texas A&M made 64% of their free throws, and Houston made 70% of their free throws. Houston had 8 blocks to Texas A&M 4 blocks, and Houston had 4 more personal fouls than Texas A&M. So on paper, they was matching up. But the key difference in that game, Texas A&M and Houston shot 52% from the field, as opposed to Texas A&M shooting 39% from the field.
Yeah, that's going to make a huge difference in the final score. And other games that happened were Marquette defeating Colorado 81-77 in a tight game. Duke crushed James Madison 93-55. Number 6 Clemson beat number 3 Baylor to advance to the Sweet 16 72-64. Alabama advanced beating Grand Canyon 72-61. And lastly, Yale was no match for San Diego State, who sent them packing, beating them 85-57. Ladies, do you have anything to add to these games?
These games went the way we thought they would. I was a little bit surprised at how lopsided the Yale-San Diego game was. I think Yale was probably still dealing with the emotional win that they had in their last game and probably was not as prepared as they should have been for this game. So it was pretty lopsided. I was pretty surprised by that.
The only thing I got to say, the Marquette and North NC State game should be very interesting to watch.
And on to the Sweet 16 in the men's matchup. We will have Clemson playing Arizona, San Diego State playing UConn, Alabama playing North Carolina, Illinois playing Iowa State. And we look forward to those games on Thursday, March 28th.
Do you ladies have anything else to add before we move on to our bracket leaderboard?
No.
All righty. And for the men's bracket leaderboard, we have ranked number 1, Hattie Tyson. Behind her is Lynn D. And number 3 is T-Bone. Nothing has changed on the leaderboard for the men's side, but we have more games coming up on Thursday, and I think things will get shaken up a little. If that's all, we will be signing off. Ladies, do you have any closing words?
I would say happy brackets, but it's been pretty sad. So see you in the next video.
It's been quite a roller coaster with all the foul. I mean, I don't even know if we can call it madness anymore. It's just with all the fouls, fouling out of both the men's and women's games. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty insane. I don't think I've seen this many fouls and players fouling out since I've been watching. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen this many.
Right.
I think the refs are being pretty heavy-handed. Like, you just gotta, you can't foul these players out in overtime with 26 seconds left in the game. Unless it's egregious. And I don't
Right.
think they have been. No, some on the lady sides have been, but the men's side, I didn't see any that was that egregious.
Really? I think the ladies side they got a quick whistle, as
They
opposed to
got
the
a quick
men's side they let the men play, but on the women's side they quick to call a whistle.
they got a quick whistle, but what I was saying is that what has been surprising is that the ladies' game has been pretty physical. I mean, like they have been battling. Like there have been blood all over the floor, people busting their mouths. The brink file on Audie on Crooks. I mean, she landed square on her back. Like I didn't think she would get up. Like it has been really, really physical in the women's game.
Right.
Yeah, the you can tell that the women's game is evolving. They're being rougher with each other out there on the court.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's their passion. That's their passion show, and I hope.
Right. Okay, well, we'll be signing off for the night. We will be seeing you all. Are we seeing them tomorrow to recap the women's games?
Yes, we will see them tomorrow to recap the women's game. But as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and get with us in the comments. We enjoy the dialogue.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.